Well, hello. And Teresa, I'm going to let you go ahead and admit people as they come in. Um, Welcome to Monday night, y'all. Is anybody still exhausted from the whirlwind of the weekend we just had? Holy crap. I'm just telling you. I got home and I'm just like, oh. I, I'm like, my brain is there's so much information and there's so many people that I saw that I still am trying to process names and all of this. But man, oh man, this was probably one of the best that we've ever had to me. I mean, it was so good. And I would like to take a few minutes. And the people that went, I would love for you to, I know we've been sharing takeaways. A couple of people have been sharing takeaways on the leaders page, but if you did not do a live on the leaders page, just take a couple of, maybe 60 seconds or so and just give a takeaway. I mean, what was your favorite part? What was most impactful to you? What did you see? Who did you see that made a difference to you? Who did you meet that you were just like, oh my gosh, did you fangirl anybody? I mean, what was it that excited you about the weekend? And, what was it that made an impact on you? So just take 60 seconds. And I would definitely love to hear from the first timers, from those of you that were there for your very first conference. I would really love to hear your takeaways from it. And just 60 seconds, really quick. So I'm just going to wait for someone to unmute.
Me.
This is Tanisha. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Tanisha. Well, Sydney, go ahead.
Who? Which one? Me?
Sydney, and then Tanisha, and then Veronica.
Okay, so my big takeaway was the social media thing. I've done social media and I'm young. So I thought I knew what I was doing with all the social media, but a lot of things that she said was like things that I was doing. And she's like, yeah, don't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. I've been doing that. I thought I was doing good, but it wasn't. It was an eye opener on what I need to do on social media and what I don't need to do on social media to grow my business. And I liked how a lot of this year was stories, and it was inspirational stories, and not just do this and do that to grow your business. It was more of, I came from this. If I came from this, you can do it, Yep. So that was my takeaway.
Awesome. That was a good one. Tanisha?
For this being my first time, what I really got from it was that there is freedom when you are consistent. When Robin was talking about her 9 million no's, I'm nowhere remotely close to that, but she exudes the financial freedom that I desire. So I am striving towards those 9 million no's because I know there's something that's like freedom on the other side of those no's. I also like the opportunity to see the executives, to see the CEOs. They're in the audience with us. You can actually talk to them. They were in between each session. You could go up to them and ask questions, things like that. I like the fact that with the products, oh gosh, what's her name? Probiotic. Chanel was saying that even in the African American community, it's dairy is hard to digest. So just having that being acknowledged, and that there's an opportunity for us to share this information, even from that perspective, because that dairy leads to a lot of mucus and inflammation. And I didn't think about it like that. So I was excited about that as well.
I love all that. Veronica?
Hey, everybody. I would say that as a first timer, I really was happy to meet all of you that I've seen on the Zooms, and to be at the conference and to be with the executives and to just shake hands with them, hug them, and be right there with them. That was so, because I worked with a lot of companies before, and we didn't even see the executive, unless it was on a Zoom or, a podcast or on a stage. So that was really nice to do that. And the one thing that I take away from this meeting was that communication and building relationships, be your authentic self. That was really great for me. And to see Melissa interact with people from all over the country, not just from Georgia. I mean, and people coming up to her, just want to take their picture with her, and thanking her for what she's done. And I'm glad that I'm on the team with her, because I know that she's a leader, and I know that she can get us to where we want to be. And I really enjoyed my first time, and I will definitely be in Vegas.
Okay, well, I want you to, I'm not going to let you go yet, because something really special happened to you and Tunisia, and I want you to tell them about what happened. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure.
When the CEO came and got you?
Oh, yes. Yes. At the closing session, the last session, Tanisha and I were just sitting, getting ready for the start, and the CEO, Russ Fletcher, came and found us and was like, "Hey." And I was like, we were like, she was like, "Go with him, Melissa was like, go with him. And I was like, where are we going, Tanisha? Tanisha like, come on, and it was so exciting. And he just took us in there and into the store and was like, get what get an item you want. And for someone to come find me, that was special to me. And it wasn't just he sent someone to find me, he came and found me. So that was really special, and I really enjoyed that. And thank you, Melissa, for all the people you introduced us to. I mean, we have the foundation, we have the connections, and it's time to use them. So thank you so much.
Amen. Woo! Now, that was so exciting for me to watch y'all do that, because that was a real special moment too. Anne.
Don't put me on the spot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It was amazing. I enjoyed all of it. Just the testimonials, really the facts that the CEOs were there. They were mingling with us. They were in the crowd, and also the ones that were on the stage. They were just seemed like they were one of everybody. Not just, well, I made it here, I made it that, this is my rank. And, I just felt like that we were all just one big community. And that was just really amazing to me. A lot of wonderful information. Just the things that I hadn't thought of, just made me want to come back and push harder and make this team grow. So yeah, it was really a wonderful experience. And I did find out one thing. I am definitely not a city girl. Nope, didn't like it. Just leave me in the country. But anyways, I'll be continuing going there, to the Zing, a fling, and the fest and all that, because it was wonderful. It was amazing. And I kept getting somebody say, "Well, whose team are you on?" And I'd say Melissa Adams, and it was like, of course. Okay. Like, Mama Bear, you're known, girl.
Well, and something really special happened when you came home too. You chose the name for your team. You want to share it with everybody?
Oh my gosh, it's not even Barbara's not on here, is she?
Yes.
Barbara, she's got to tell it. This is her. We talked about this, and this is her baby. I'll give this one.
So I saw Kendra raise her hand. Kendra, you want to share something really quick?
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't see Alyssa on here, but Alyssa is not even a distributor yet. She
wait.
doesn't.
Wait. Hang on. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Alyssa keeps saying she doesn't think she can do it. She doesn't think she can do it. She's not that kind of person. And I don't know how much people know of my background, but my husband and I have always been affiliated with direct sales and MLMs. And when he picked us up at the airport, the first thing he asked her was, what was your most impressive thing that happened to you? And what did you like the best? And she said, I really like the community. The community seems so real. And the people that got up on the stage seemed like they were real people. And I'm just going to tell y'all, she got embarrassed when I commented on it. But when I peeked over at her as Jessie Joe was speaking, she had tears running down her face. She looked at me. She just said, "This is a real person up there. They struggle just like I do." So that truly touched me. She has got some very quiet wants and some very quiet goals. Those are hers. I'll let her share that. But I was so honored to be able to bring her, and that was a goal of mine. I was tired of coming to Fest and to Fling just me. I want my team back. I'm team focused, and we are going to be focused. My takeaway was from James Lawrence. And his line, just show up and start. And I haven't really done that very consistently. Intermittently, my schedule is all different, my issues are all different, but life starts all over every morning. You get up and you start. And I started phone calls today because I'm freaking going to Founders Club, bro. And I just started, and I've had the most wonderful day, y'all. I have reached out. I have talked to people that were in my team that were distributors. They don't want to be distributors, but they, by golly, want some of the products again. So,
And you signed somebody up today.
ma'am, yes, I
And-
did. I got somebody signed up today.
Fantastic. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing. Thank you. Barbara, I see Barbara on here. This was her first event. Sharon, you're next, by the way. You're muted, Barbara. I see you, but you're muted. There you go.
Sorry, I'm here, but my internet is really going to be spotty, but I'm here.
Well, we just want you to share 60 seconds of your takeaway from your very first event, and then Anne deferred to you to talk about your team, y'all's team name.
Oh, well, I think if I had a takeaway from the event, for me, it was just some people are in it for, I mean, everybody has their own reason, their own motivation. And I kept saying that, for me, it was health. My motivation was health because of, I've adopted children really late in life. And, when I started to get so unhealthy, I was worried about my health and me being around for them. And I think I took out that this is a legacy. I mean, that may not be something that everybody else got, but to me, this is a legacy, and it's not just about my health. This is something that is so important for my children, and I never looked at it that way. So to me, that really struck home as to my motivation.
That's awesome. You want to talk about your team name?
Well, I was trying to find something that represented strength and represented someone who wants to be an example and somebody who is praising Christ and all of those things together. And I thought of the word exalted. And so I kind of looked it up and researched the word, and I felt like it stood for everything that we wanted to represent. So, we just made an X and a dash and a ALTED.
I think that's beautiful. X Team Exalted in the house, baby. So Sharon, was Sharon's first event too.
I think being my first time, meeting a lot of people that I just saw through over Zoom, and being able to actually hug them and see them and talk to them was very good for me, because it's really very hard for me to talk to people that I don't know. Y'all may not know that about me, but it is. I'm loud when you get to know me, though. You know, I've been struggling with my why, and God has me here for a reason, and I may not know what that reason is now, but He's preparing me for something huge, and I'm just glad I'm here.
I'm glad.
And my biggest takeaway was, quitting is not an option. Like I said, we're here for a reason, and God didn't put us here to quit. He put us here to do something special, and we're going to do that.
I love that so much, and I'm so glad you're here. We got time for one more, and those of you that have been before, I would like for you to go back and put a video, or do a video in the leaders page and go ahead and do that assignment, and make sure you do that. But Jen Fell, I want you to, it was her first event. Was there anybody else whose first event, Jen, that I didn't call on? I think everybody else had been there before. Okay, Jen.
Okay, so my camera's been moving around because I'm literally still folding laundry and putting it up. So it was my first singular event. It was not my first network marketing event. I had been with another company many years ago. And I echo what everybody says. I won't spend a lot of time on it, with the fact that corporate is so personable, and just out there wanting to do selfies, wanting to talk. I mean, when they came to dinner, my nights are all mixed up, Friday night, and you were introducing us, and they cared what our name was, and they asked questions, and they listened. They didn't stay on stage. They didn't stay backstage. And that was, amazing to me. Also, the fact that even, so I don't know if y'all have seen my little note, but so Bambi and I are up. We've had 4 hours of sleep. It is 4:30 a.m. We don't even know if we're using the Uber app right. We're just praying the guy's getting there. And this guy says, "Hey, you're going to the airport. You can share our Uber." And I was like, "Oh, that would be wonderful. Please let me Venmo you." He's like, "No." And we could tell he was with Xyngfest. He gets in the front seat. Me and Bambi get in the back. And it's Dusty Eli, who is a gold executive, if I'm correct. Isn't that right, Melissa? Gold executive. And I was just like, I just look at Bambi like, "Thank you, Lord." And so I was like, "Oh, this was my first event. I just joined the company in March. Is there anything, you'd be willing to share with me being, a newer distributor?" And y'all, that 30-minute ride to the airport, I'm telling you what, I pulled out the notes app on my phone and I could not type fast enough. It was awesome. But one of the things he said is, and I shared this in my video on the leaders board, so I'll just repeat, but your paycheck equals your personal growth. And all through the weekend, I had been thinking about my personal growth. And I feel like I personally have come a long way just with maturity in my age, and really wanting to pour into myself and knowing I need to feel better about myself and feel more confident. And everybody that spoke was quoting people, and people around me were nodding like, "Yeah, I listened to that podcast. Yeah, I've read that book." And I'm like, I don't do any of that. Like, my excuse is, I have a 30-minute commute to work and 20 minutes on the way home because I pick up my son. It's the only time I'm alone. That's the only time I can decompress. And I'm like, no, you got to pack it with a podcast. And I do not like reading. I have to make myself do it, but I'm like, no, you have to do it. This is your weakness. And, if you're going to be out there selling belief and trust, then you've got to believe and trust in yourself, not just the product, but in yourself. And so many people talked about their personal development and what they did to pour into themselves, not just their customers, not just their business, not just their IPAs, reaching out to mentors, finding somebody, you want to be in that spot. You want to be what they, where they are, what are they doing, and anybody in that auditorium, if I messaged them right now and said, "Hey, I have a question for you," they'd answer. I mean, I just sent Curtis Call a Facebook request and now we're friends. I mean, and so that was what was so cool, but realizing that I do have so many lines of communication and support, but really working on myself while I work on the business, because I can't be the best leader and I can't be the best distributor to my customers if I'm not my best self. And so I've set some personal goals for, most importantly, starting to read, and I'm going to read the book we got from our guest speaker, and do it in 8-day so I can continue on my own health journey, and some other things. I'm actually going to do, and I'm sorry, I'm probably over my 60 seconds, but when I came home, I told my son and husband, we have an old crib, an old wooden crib, and we took one side down and turned it sideways. So the rails are going, left to right. We have it on a wall and we have pictures, and I change it out seasonally. And I told him, I said, we're changing that wall. That's going to be our dream wall. And I want us to hang pictures of what we want and what we want to do as a family. And my son was like, we're hunters, and we have dogs. He's like hunting dogs. I'm like, yes, son, we'll get pictures of hunting dogs. And we want a place in the country, and, vehicles and college education. And I'm posting a picture of Jamaica, and I'm posting a picture of Vegas, and we're going to have a board, a family dream board of what our family wants and how Xyngler is going to get it there. And so we're going to be able to see it every single morning when we walk down the hall to start our day. Our dream board is going to smack us in the face. So I'm excited.
Oh my God. Okay. So this couldn't be more perfect, because it is what you just gave an introduction into my training tonight.
Well, there we go. Little God week.
Yes, absolutely. So I don't know if any of you watched the video that I posted that Ed Milet did, but that was so amazing when I saw it this morning. And the whole premise of the video is the things we think about become the things we possess. So you talking about having your dream board right there in the hallway that you pass by and see every single day. You've got to think, and the things that you put in here are the things that are going to manifest. You've got to dream it. You've got to believe it. You've got to have a vision, and the things that you think about are going to become the things that you possess. And our mind is like a weapon. And so many times we let others control our minds, right? And when that happens, if our mind's a weapon, they're going to point and shoot. We're going to miss every single time, because somebody else can't control and aim the gun at what we need to shoot at. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody else grabs that and is trying to point the gun in front of us, it's not going to be a direct shot. And so when we let others possess our thoughts, and when we let others get in the path of our dreams, when we let others' opinions matter to us about what we're doing, even though others' opinions don't pay our bills, that takes away from our focus, and that takes away from our belief, and it eats away at us a little bit at a time. So we've got to take control of our mind and use it as a weapon, point a direct shot, and get what we want, and there's 3 things that he said that we need to do in order to focus our thoughts. And there's this like science behind it, and that stuff goes over my head. It's these letters, and it's all about the science, but it's all about and what he said was like, have you ever bought a new car, and like it's or you have this dream car, and then you finally get it, and all of a sudden everywhere, you get a gray Honda, and then all of a sudden everywhere you look is this gray Honda. You see gray Hondas here, you say gray, and oh my God, that car's just like mine, but you never saw it before because it wasn't something that was in the forefront of your mind. It wasn't something that excited you. It wasn't something that you thought about. So what you think about is what starts manifesting. So you start seeing those gray Hondas everywhere. And it's the same thing with our thoughts. We've got to focus our thoughts on positive things that is going to get us further to where we want to go. So the first thing we have to do in order to get to that place is eliminate the thoughts that don't serve us. But your mind is like up here. So you've got to have something to fill that space. When you eliminate those thoughts, you just replace them with positive thoughts that will serve you. So write down all of the thoughts and all of the things that keep you from what you're doing. The things that I'm not good enough, the things that, oh, I can't do that. The things that, oh, I'm too busy. The things that, work was hard today. All of those thoughts that don't serve you because they don't. All of the excuses that don't serve you because they don't. Eliminate them and replace them with positive things. And oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you brought up the Iron Cowboy, because My word. I'm watching the documentary on Amazon Prime. If y'all have not seen it, I mean, you think you saw and heard what he said, but when you watch the documentary and watch in real life, him doing those 50, 50, 50, the 50 Ironman in 50 days, holy crap. Like the pain he suffered, the crap that he went through. And yet he got up every single day and did it. He got up every single day and started a new one. And sometimes it was on no sleep at all, you know? And it was just, he had to overcome something so big in his mind. I mean, you got to know that when his feet were literally falling apart, that he had doubts, and he had to eliminate those things that did not serve him and replace them with I can attitude, and I can do this, and I can take one more step, and I can get through one more day. I can get through one more race. And I just can't even imagine. That man was so inspiring. I mean, if he can do all that, I mean, the least I can do is get up every day and do my IPAs. And I can get on the phone with 2 people a day, and I can get on the phone with my distributors and see how I can serve them today. I can call my customers to see if I can help them reorder. I mean, there's things that I can do every single day, no matter how busy I am, no matter what crap gets in the way. I can do hard things. Nobody said it was going to be easy. I mean, that is like my motto for this year, because there has been stuff that you got, you know, Shaduki, y'all. There's always going to be Shaduki, but you got to plow through it. So eliminate the thoughts that don't serve you and replace them with the thoughts that do serve you. Here's the one that Jen, listen to this. Program the thoughts, visions, goals, and dreams in your mind. And the way you do that is on a vision board that you see every single day. Did you know that the average person looks at their phone 400 times a day? Put it on your screensaver. And don't just put, I want to be ambassador like I have. That's what I've got on mine. I will be an ambassador. Don't put that. Be specific, be intentional, be detailed with exactly what you want. And write it down so you see it every single day. And when he was doing the thing, he said that there was a beach that he absolutely loved, and it was not far from his house. And he went and he walked that beach every single day, and he would look up at the houses, and he would pick out the one that he wanted every single day. This is way before he could afford it. And then he turned the camera and he said, and at some point, if you keep believing it and you keep visualizing it and you keep seeing it, that will be your house just like it is mine. And it was just like, you know, wow. And so that's one of the things that whatever your goal is, you're going to have to put it somewhere where you can see it. Write it with dry erase markers on your mirror. That's what I used to do when I did other things. Write it with dry erase markers on your bathroom mirror and look at it every time you go in the bathroom. Speak them out loud. But whatever it is, I'm going to have that. I will have that. I will be this. I will be there. And speak it out loud. Put it on a whiteboard in your office. Put your goals on a board in your office so you can see them. That is my Founders Club. That's my Founders Club tracker right there, where I can see it every single day. So I know where I'm going to go. I know where I'm going to get there because I'm tracking it. What's tracked and measured improves. You got to be able to see it. You got to be able to see it. You got to be able to focus on it. And and speak it over you. The last one is play a reel in your head every morning and every night of what it is that you want. When you wake up, after you pray, after you do your morning devotion and whatever you do, play that reel in your head. In the evening, after you do all your bedtime stuff, right before you go to sleep, play the reel in your head of what your future looks like. And I don't know if there's anybody on here that has not said that they're going to Founders Club, that they're not. I mean, I think everybody in here, is anybody in here not in the Founders Club group? If not, I can get you in.
If you haven't, you better.
That's the truth. Yes. So what I want you to do is and this is going to be one of the assignments in the Founders Club group, but since y'all are my people, y'all get to see it first because I think it's really important. I want you to go look up the resort. I want you to go and pick out your room. I want you to go and look at every restaurant and write down what you want for dinner every single night, where you want to go. When you go to that restaurant, what do you want to eat? I want you to look at the drinks. I want you to pick out which drink is going to be your favorite for the week. Pick out the chair at whatever pool it is that you want to be at each day. I want you to go to the spa, go to the spa menu and pick out which massages that you want, because you're all going to have a $300 credit to use. So pick out $300 worth of whatever massage spa stuff that you want. Look at the excursions around Jamaica, around Montego Bay. Find out what you want to do on your free time, because you're all going to earn 2 extra days as well. So you've got 2 extra days free time outside of us. What do you want to do on those days? What excursions do you want to go on? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? Who's going to be with you? What clothes are you going to take? Go ahead and take the days off work. You've got to believe it. You've got to visualize it, and you've got to see it. And it's got to be so real to you that there is no other option than you being there. And you play it in your head every single day. Play the reel. Visualize all of it every single day. Put yourself in the place. There's not one person on this call right now that cannot be there. Everybody started at 0 10 days ago. We are all on an equal playing field. Doesn't matter what rank, doesn't matter how long you've been here, doesn't matter what your name is, it doesn't matter what your title is. All of those people that are in that group, it doesn't matter if they spoke on stage, doesn't matter. We've got ambassadors in that group that want me and Stacy and Christy to train them to get to that. Everybody's on a level playing field. Everyone. But you have got to have it ingrained in you, and you've got to believe it, and you've got to see it, and you've got to visualize it, and then you've got to take action to get it. That's why we wanted you to write out the 8 names. Those 8 names are going to change, y'all. There's no way that you have just named 8 people and you're like, oh, that's my people, and I know for sure they're going to change. But you've got to have somewhere to start. You know, if you need 8 names and you don't have like 8 prospects, go get that memory jogger in the self-development board in the business and write out your 100-person chicken list. It will give you memory joggers of people to put on that chicken list. And the chicken list is people that you want in business with you, not that you want to buy your products, that you want in business with you. And fill in that list and then start calling them, start messaging them, start building a relationship with them. It may take a couple months, but you go for it this month and you have your list of 8. And and each week you go through that list of 8 over and over until the next week you change those names if they're not willing, because we don't have time to sit and beg somebody to do it. There's enough people in your circle and in your life in order to get the people going that we need to get going. Start with your customers. That's the best place to start. And if you need help, every single person on here will help you. If you've got somebody that's losing weight, get them on celebration calls with everybody that you can. If there is anybody on here that would do a call with somebody, raise your hand. Look around, y'all. Look around. You've got a team full of people that will help you. But you got to do the work. You got to be willing to get out of your comfort zone, willing to get out of your little bubble and do more than what you've been doing, and get a little bold. And don't worry. I mean, don't worry if they say no. It's just like she said. It's just like Tanisha said. You got to have 9 million no's. I mean, that's what she had. She's had a lot. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. Your job is to put it out there, and you cannot have a fear of movement. You can't have a fear that, y'all remember the bear paralyzes you. The fear paralyzes you. You got to do it scared. So again, eliminate the thoughts that don't serve you and replace them with thoughts that do serve you. Program your thoughts, visions, goals, and dreams on your screensaver. the mirror on your bathroom, on a vision board, on a whiteboard. Be intentional, be specific, be detailed, and then visualize what it is that you want and play that reel in your head every morning and every night, every single day. So go and look it up, find it. I mean, if it's a house, go look at the house. I mean, go and put pictures of it. And just like us, I mean, go and build your dream house. Go do the prints. I mean, print it off. Pick out your furniture. Pick out what you want. Pick out your faucets. Pick out your fridge. If you want a camper, go to a camper lot and pick out your camper. Go look at them. Go see them. Go sit in the couches. Go find the one with the fireplace. Pick it out. If it's a new car that you want, go test drive it. Go get in that car and see how it feels, see how it smells, see what it feels like to put your tushy in the seat. You've got to get it in your head. It's got to be so real to you. So go do the things and make it happen. Anybody got anything? Ed Milet, if you need somebody to listen to, you can listen to Boss Lady Jessie Lee or Ed Milet. I love them both. Mel Robbins is another. She just started a new podcast and she is fantastic. Mel Robbins is Jackie's favorite. She's the one that does the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Jackie had to do that yesterday. So there's a lot of good ones out there. You just got to look for them and go find them. And every day, it's just like Dusty Ely said, your paycheck will never outgrow your personal growth. Your team won't either. So anybody got anything they want to add? Comments, Jackie?
I don't even remember who said this, but because they were speaking directly to me and the face went away, but I heard all the words. Micro quitting. We have a lot of that, and I'm guilty of that over the last probably 4 or 5 months. So I can't do that anymore. So we're going.
For the people who want to talk about what that is.
It's not that you back away from the business totally and just, get out of it and say you're not going to do it. It's just that you don't do the daily intentional IPAs that you have to do. And you're like, I'll just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and you say, I'll just do it tomorrow. There's always a tomorrow, but it has to be today. And that's even what, I think that was Russ or Curtis one. It has to be today. Don't talk about, yesterday don't matter. Tomorrow don't matter. It's today.
Right. He did a big board up there and he said, when do you start working? Today. When do you talk to your customers? Today. When do you call your distributors? Today. Everything is today. You do it today. Don't do it tomorrow, because tomorrow will never come. Tomorrow is always going to be tomorrow. So today is the day. Just show up and start. Yes. It was so good. I'm so fired up, and so many people got new starts today. And oh my God, congratulations to all of you. Vicky got 2. Woo woo! This is going to be a good month if you do it. If you put the things into action and do the dang work, because nobody is going to do it for you. Anybody else? Final thoughts? All right. I am going to declare Ephesians 3:20 over this team. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask, because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. I declare a boldness to rise up in each and every one of you. God is going to open supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out, and we are going to rise in the ranks because we give him the honor and the glory and the praise for it all. I love you, X team. Have a great night.
Hey, Melissa.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wait for everybody to get off because I'm about to ask you something about this drink, this prebiotic.
Just okay. What do you need to ask? Because somebody else might have the same question.
Does it make you poop a lot?
Yes. The first week. It's called dying out. And it will, it's cleaning you out. Basically, it's all that fiber is getting all the old waste out of your gut. So it's a good thing, but it's It makes, especially when you add the probiotics to it and you add the digestive aid, it takes about 2 weeks for the die-off process to
Yeah.
fully affect. And then then it's just regular again. But
Hey, may I ask a question along the
yes,
same lines?
yes.
Say I started another 8-day today. Of course, I needed to after eating this week. But starting those new products, do you think we still need to do flush every night?
I would lay off the flush for a minute. You don't even, I mean, it's still good. I kept taking it, but she said you could stop it for a while and then
Okay.
just add. And I would wait, just lay off of it for a couple weeks and let all the tummy tamer do its job and then add it back in. That's a great question.
Thank
I
you.
had a question about the cheat.
Yeah.
So do you still take the cheat 30 minutes for meal and do the digestive aid right before you eat?
Well, I think they're kind of eliminating the cheat a little bit. So everything, there's a lot of things like the osteos, the collagen's replacing the osteo, even though it doesn't have as much calcium in it. And then I'm pretty sure the prebiotic will end up replacing the cheat as far as the fiber goes. Then the resist will be, the resist and the prebiotic will replace the cheat eventually. But for right now, I mean, if you can still take everything. There's nothing you have to eliminate with the new products, is what we were told.
Yeah, I think somebody asked the question at the Q&A, and she said that go ahead and take your cheat 30 minutes before your meal.
Yep. Good question again. Anybody else? It's open question, open season. Y'all can ask anything. Let me turn the recorder off. Hang on.
We don't need that on recording.